I played a new boomer shooter called Gravelord, currently in early access. It's an action-packed blast from the past, and so far, I really dig it. It's currently being developed by Fatbot Games, who I've heard is made up of Quake modders. The instant I booted it up, I knew this was made by fans of Quake due to the big boomy weapons, the sleek, fast, precise movement, and the dark, windy stage design. Playing Gravelord is like going back to the 90s when the cool teacher at my school computer lab set up a local area connection so we could deathmatch in Quake with my classmates. I'll teach you to steal my lunch money, David. In Gravelord, you play as Guido, the Gravedigger, a Frankenstein creation who has one job: keep the dead dead. But they aren't staying that way, and his father's killer is behind it. The story is told through a really nice comic book style presentation, and you can find more volumes to read as collectibles. Guido is a powerful killer himself with his own uber shovel, an arsenal of guns, and plenty of observational one-liners.
What I expect working in graveyards. Everyone's dying to get in. And this happens when you hold your farts in. Rest in pieces. If I'm honest, I've had more heat from a curry.
While the humor in the game is a bit hit and miss, the gameplay and level design are great. The atmosphere and general feel of a boomer shooter to me is just as important as the shooting. The levels in Gravelord are like a haunted castle, with lots of multi-layered mayhem and plenty of secrets. You can acquire the spectral shovel that allows you to warp by teleporting to walls with a shiny bluish purple glow. You can also find boots that let you double jump. These special abilities expand your traversal options in each level and open up new exploration areas. Levels are longer than you might expect, but they are expertly crafted and feel very complete. Other than the guns, you have a roguelike system of cards to find and equip. You can choose up to 3 cards from 3 different sets of cards. They provide effects like healing over max health gives you armor, or each third shot does double damage. My personal favorite is the card that heals you out of combat to a maximum of 30 health, which has really saved me in times of grave danger. You will find a synergy with the cards that works for you, like having your shovel deal 200% damage and heal you with the extra damage on your third attack while getting armor from defeated enemies. Although, once you find your best synergy, there's almost no reason to switch, and the game never takes away your chosen card. So you can keep the same cards as long as you want, but you can't change until you find a card in the next level. Maybe they could shake this up a bit, add more cards, and make them more random, or have them revert between levels. I hope that improving this system is well marked on the early access roadmap. The guns are accurate and have a strong impact. They also seem to have a ton of range, even the shotgun. Each gun has an alt fire with a short cooldown that can be unlocked, and seems to fix any issue that you might have had with the base weapon. The pistol, which was low damage, now has a 3-burst shot. The shotgun gets a wide yet even more damaging shot. The grenade launcher, which has range issues, is now a 3-way rocket launcher without any. And the chain gun alt fire is so high damage and useful in a tight spot that I recommend saving it for those really hard encounters. And you will face some really difficult encounters. Enemies do a lot of damage and healing is limited. The cards can help you, but there needs to be a bit of balancing in the damage department. When you find a big health pickup that maxes out your health, it drains slowly until you're back to 100. Having it stay at 200 might actually fix a lot of the imbalance in health availability. Gravelord can feel like a haunted house Disney ride. It seems to be designed around ambushes. Hit a switch, get ambushed. Jump down into a pit, get ambushed. Get a weapon power up, well, you get the idea. There are a few arenas where the rock and roll fires up and you just blast a bunch of enemies, and these are pretty fair and aren't over long. All of the ambushes do start to get a bit annoying due to the increased amount of enemies in those final few levels of the episode, so some more balancing could be needed. And now for some constructive criticism. Some of the arenas are pretty small and they cram the enemies in. I often get backed into a corner and feel that I need to retreat. I'm sure the idea is to survive the room and fight your way through all of the enemies, but the higher enemies can be hard to notice. Some are faster than you or have shots that spread out quite a lot, hitting you with residual damage. It seems a bit hard to avoid damage in some cases. Plus, in general, you just take a lot of damage. I played on normal mostly, but the hard mode has some really tough one-shot death situations. I don't think the developers intended for me to do some of the things I did. I was able to run out of a room with a lowering floor at least twice, and ended up having a fun vertical grenade fight with some monsters. I don't really like the underwater sections at all. You have very little breath, and you have to surface constantly. Since you have to solve puzzles underwater or fight some nasty fish, I didn't always have enough time to kill them before having to surface.
Fish fingers, anyone?
Later, you get a special breather that lasts longer and can respawn, but I believe that they should extend the breathing limit in total to make it easier on the player. The rest of it is just your typical early access bugs. I had an enemy get stuck, and another jumped on me and I couldn't move, that kind of thing. Even with only one episode so far, I can definitely recommend Gravelord. If you don't love the idea of early access, the full version of the game will feature more episodes and an honest-to-God level editor. Gravelord has been quite the undertaking so far, and there are plenty of improvements to come, but it's on the right path to becoming a great boomer shooter with so much retro nostalgia and some new experimentation by a developer who knows what they are doing and has a lot of passion for the genre. Taking down the dead has never made me feel so alive. I'm Dan T at Twisted Banana Productions. Like and subscribe for more reviews, and I'll see you later.